Hoodie guy coming back here with another one. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Uncle StayFun's post on X here. Thread, the Kaspa moment no one is ready for. A breakdown of why Kaspa may be the most important L1 of the next decade. Most people still think Kaspa is just a fast proof of work chain. It's not. After reading the vProgs yellow paper, it's clear that Kaspa is building something the entire industry has been trying and failing to deliver. A sovereign ZK execution layer directly on L1. Ethereum is powerful, Solana is fast, rollups are clever, but none of them solve the holy trinity: sovereignty, synchronous composability, ZK variability. Kaspa does in one architecture. What are vProgs? Think of them as mini sovereign blockchains running inside a fast L1, each of it with its own rules, gas model, and prover set, but all sharing Kaspa's layer 1 security, proof of work, finality. This has never existed before. Every vProg is sovereign, every vProg is ZK verifiable, every vProg can synchronously call any other vProg. That solves what Ethereum rollups break: fragmentation, delayed state, sequencer centralization. Kaspa keeps synchronous composability without sacrificing sovereignty. Kaspa becomes the L1 sequencer for an infinite number of ZK applications, not an L2, not a rollup, not a sidechain, a true L1 ZK compute backbone. This places Kaspa in the same category as AWS for compute, NVIDIA for AI, ETH for DeFi, but with proof of work level neutrality. Gas model breakthrough. Kaspa introduces two forms of gas: L2 gas, internal execution; scope gas, impact on other applications. Scope gas enforces fairness and prevents DOS attacks on other apps. This means no more one heavy dApp kills the chain. Yes, I'm looking you, monolithic L1s. Prover economy equals new mining economy. vProgs require ZK provers. Provers must stake gas, earn fees, perform proofs, compete in an open market. Kaspa creates the first ZK prover economy powered by proof of work finality. This changes everything. Rollups, L2 sidechains, all becomes obsolete if Kaspa's model works. Why? Because vProgs provide L2 flexibility, L1 security, ZK verifiability, synchronous composability, no sequencer corruption, no MEV extraction. That's the in-game design everyone wanted. Now let's talk real-world impact. ZK compute is not a fad. It's the core of AI verification, digital identity, financial compliance, CBDCs, supply chain proofs, cross-border settlements, IoT, trust networks, machine-to-machine payments. These industries are trillion-dollar sectors. Kaspa is positioning itself to be a global verifier layer. Institutions are already circling. In December, Hashtag presents Kaspa at major London conference. Banks, Microsoft, Google, Citi, some others he lists. Sutton is recognized as top crypto advocate. Bitcoin blockchain weeks follow immediately after. This is not a random thing. Then you have wallet number 1, an entity accumulating over 1.2 billion CAS. No selling, no sex rotation, no panic, no speculation pattern. I do think they sold once, but maybe they're just testing. But pretty much they've just stacked a big fat bag of Kaspa. This looks like ZK research entity, AI times blockchain R&D fund, sovereign institutional fund, or stealth tech infrastructure investor. You don't buy 1.2 Kaspa for a 30% swing. You buy it for a 10-year infrastructure play. The entire ZK sector is moving forward. Ultra-fast verification, neutral base layers, composable multi-chain compute, real-time cross-application calls, trustless global settlement. Kaspa is the only proof-of-work chain designed to handle ZK verification at scale. This is why the right people are paying attention. Right here, if Kaspa delivers vProgs as designed, the industry will undergo the biggest architecture shift since the EVM. Roll-ups shrink, L1 consolidate, ZK compute becomes universal, AI on-chain verification becomes mandatory, sovereign apps become the new norm, proof of work becomes the trust backbone of the compute internet. Kaspa sits exactly at the intersection. This is why many of us believe Kaspa is not to compete with L1s. Kaspa is here to become the verification layer of the internet, a global, neutral, unstoppable, infinitely scalable settlement engine for ZK and real-world compute. Most still don't get it. That's fine. They will understand later. We're early, painfully early, to the biggest architectural shift in Web3 since Ethereum launched, and Kaspa is quietly building the OS for the next generation of verifiable computing. And if you found this tweet useful, like, reshare, you can bookmark it. Very detailed post. This is J. Nicholas Grass asked a question. The question is now, how does the coin, get ascribed value for these new utilities in the ecosystem, and what is it? Can it be quantified? Of course, it's speculative because it would still need adoption, but at least then it would lend itself to better modeling. Uncle StayFun said, absolutely, this is the right question. Here's the economic mechanism that ties Kaspa proof protocol utility monetary value in a quantifiable way. Right here, every vProg execution ultimately settles on the base layer, and even the computation happens off-chain. The proof must land on Kaspa for finality. This means each proof consumes block space. Block space is priced in Kaspa. Demand for proofs becomes demand for Kaspa. This alone creates a direct economy linked to computation growth and token value. Kaspa's block DAG is the only structure that can absorb millions of ZK proofs a day without congestion. Because if congestion remains low, the marginal cost of block stays predictable, which is exactly what enterprises and ZK systems need. Predictability, adoption, block space consumption equals Kaspa monetization. The protocol security budget becomes self-reinforcing. Higher L1 utilization equals higher fees, higher mining rewards, stronger security, higher trust equals more settlement demand. This creates a positive feedback for value capture. When vProgs enable sovereign execution environments, Kaspa becomes a universal settlement across thousands of microsystems, similar to how ETH became the gas of EVM, but Kaspa settles faster in parallel without congestion, with predictable costs and with ZK native amortization. This expands the fee market far beyond today's contract logic. This is quantifiable. You can model Kaspa value by projecting a number of proofs a day, average proof size, average fee per proof, percentage of block space consumed, miner revenue versus issuance curve, settlement volume versus L1 capacity. Kaspa becomes a ZK proof railway, and the token captured value proportional to total verifiable computation. In other words, Kaspa monetizes global provability. That's much bigger TAM than DeFi or typical L1 activity. A very well-written analysis, an eye-opener of what is ahead for Kaspa. So I'll put a link to this post. Let me know what you think about vProgs and everything here that Uncle StayFun had. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.